this, you're like, oh, there should be sprite cards in here, but maybe that's just not something he needs. Maybe that is not what he's going for, and he's going to start with Imseti here, discarding Kit.
That's the synergy he wants in his deck. He's sending Kit to the graveyard right now. Imseti does get hit by Ash Blossom, which is a big hit because he doesn't get to search his deck for the King Sarcophagus and draw a card. But Kit's effect will resolve to send Nerval to the graveyard, and Nerval's effect will give him another Tri-Brigade monster.
I'm already liking this because Ash Blossom on Imseti is really devastating to a lot of strategies that are including the Horus cards. But since he has that Kit, he's still going to be able to do like his regular strategy here, which is the Tri-Brigade. Really cool. We're already seeing the synergy between these two themes working together. So here comes Tri-Brigade Fractal. So the Tri-Brigade monsters let him banish Beast Warriors, or Winged Beast from the graveyard to special summon a Link monster of that rating. It's
Lucas
met by
has infinite impermanence.
Yeah, going
so
second.
He does negate Fractal's effect.
Going second, opening up Ash Imperm is definitely where you want to be, but I think Steven still has some defensive options. He's going to be able to set one card face down and pass to Lucas.
Yeah, so Lucas couldn't Ash the Nerval, which searched for Fractal, and the Imseti. So he had to Ash the Imseti. The infinite impermanence was unfortunate for Steven.
Now Lucas has the Rescue Ace Hydrant. He's going to leave with that. Activate the effect to add a Rescue Ace monster from the deck to the hand.
Where do you want the banished?
Yep, just clean it up.
On his position effect.
And that is going to be met by infinite impermanence from Steven of his own. So now Lucas just sitting on the little hydrant on the field. Is it going to have an emergency or anything to chain to get the hydrant off the field? It doesn't look like it since the infinite impermanence is already in that graveyard.
Emergency would be incredible if you were able to chain it to that infinite impermanence. You'd be able to tribute his hydrant to resolve its effect before it's negated.
I mean, for you and me on the matches, we had at least 2 Rescue Ace decks, and I haven't got to see an emergency even resolve yet. I think in our feature matches, our Rescue Ace players have been struggling on the feature match stage with their draws.
I think you're right.
Activate Rescue, target Imseti.
All right, so he's going to use Rescue, and since he controls Hydrant, he's going to special summon a monster from his opponent's graveyard, and he's going to take Imseti. So now let's see if he goes into a Link. He could go into a Link 1 and then to a Link 2 and just SP Little Knight, perhaps?
We could see that. Banishing the Fractal isn't particularly bad since it's a resource in the graveyard, since it can be banished by the other Tri-Brigade monster's effects.
And also on the field, just a threat. He's able to send it from the field to the graveyard to send Nerval if he doesn't get it off the field afterwards. But he looks like he's just going to go to battle phase, attack over that Fractal with Imseti.
One way or another, he was getting it off the field. Right.
Definitely.
Imseti's pretty strong.
Imseti is really strong. Pretty sure it has 3,000 attack points. So
these new Horus monsters are pretty big.
Yeah, I really love the Horus cards. It looks like he's just going to leave the Hydrant on the field. That kind of leads me to believe maybe he has a Rescue Ace Trap, either a Contain or Extinguish set.
Oh, man. Steven drew a card and passed. It looked like he drew Nibiru.
Activate Hydrant.
Well, it's into Ash.
If I saw correctly. Oh, Hydrant's effect activates again, but Steven does negate it with Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring.
So the Hydrant's already taken 2 cards out of Steven's hand, but he's trying to
Which one was that?
This is the one that
stop
searches.
his strategy from getting online, but he's going to be able to add Airlifter here. Things are looking pretty good for Lucas if Steven doesn't have anything left as a defenses.
Normal summon Airlifter.
Yep, here's the Airlifter. Airlifter's going to let him add a Rescue Ace spell card from the deck to the hand.
No infinite impermanence to negate it. Can't use the second Ash.
Looks like he does grab Emergency.
I think Steven's only hope is for Lucas to play into Nibiru.
All right, Lucas taking a moment to consider his options. Neither player opening too optimally. Steven had a solid opening, but being met by Infinite Permanence and Ash Blossom really kind of cut him off from his turn. And then, unfortunately, wasn't able to top deck anything there on that previous turn. But the pressure from Rescue Ace doesn't let up. He's going to activate Emergency. That's going to special summon a Rescue Ace from the deck, and then he's going to have to send one to the graveyard. Going to bring out that Turbulence and send down the Hydrant.
Finally resolved Emergency.
I'll activate.
Finally, yep, the first time for us this weekend. Now Turbulence is going to attempt to set 4, up to 4 Rescue Ace spell or traps from the deck to the field. So he's going to go for Emergency, Contain. Let's see if he has an Alert or Rescue. Nope, just
That's
2. Just Emergency and Contain. That means he probably has Extinguish set. He already did draw a couple of the spells. He drew 1 Rescue and 1 Alert. All right, now Lucas considering his options. He's definitely ahead here in game number 1. Looks like he's going to link away. That's his Imseti. That's not yours. Give that back. Yep. Now he's going to link away the Turbulence and the Imseti for... Oh, Dark. I was like, it's going to be something interesting. So there's nothing I could think of right off the top of my head. We're just going to take that Imseti right back.
Oh, man, this Imseti was more trouble than it was worth for Steven this duel.
It definitely has been using a lot more useful for Lucas. That's for sure.
We're at 4 summons. If I saw
Go to
correctly.
battleface
4 is not enough.
17.
Yeah, I don't think he really has any reason to continue summoning past this. He has the Rescue Ace monster on his field. It's not a Hydrant, but it is a Rescue Ace monster to be able to activate the Rescue Ace trap cards.
1850.
64. Let's do it. This.
So he's going to attack for 17, 1850, and 3000. So it's like it's almost enough for game. Not quite, just a little bit shy. It seems he's going to have a few hundred life points left to his name.
3000.
350?
Yeah, 350.
Yep, 350s left.
I'll pass to you.
So Steven will get one more turn. We'll see what he draws.
Stand by, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't concede right away, so that's a good sign.
Ooh, another Imseti. Well, if this one can resolve, he'll be able to get the King Sarcophagus and
Okay.
perhaps start making some plays.
Yeah, the King Sarcophagus can help. As long as he has the King Sarcophagus on the field, he'll be able to special summon back the Horus monsters from the graveyard. But if Lucas has anything to deal with this King Sarcophagus, he also gets the fresh draw from the Imseti. This could really get him back into this game. He's going to activate the King Sarcophagus. He can also send cards from his hand to the graveyard up to 4 times per turn to send a Horus monster to the graveyard.
He brings back Imseti right away with its own effect. Each of the new Horus monsters can special summon themselves from the graveyard with their own effect.
Yep.
By just by having the King Sarcophagus on the
So-
field, and he discards Nerval to send
Happy to the graveyard.
Happy to the graveyard. So Nerval's effect will activate to get him another Tri-Brigade monster. This is this key synergy that Steven relies on to make his deck work.
Yep, and he goes ahead and grabs Tri-Brigade Kit. So now he's going to bring back Happy. Happy has the cool effect if another card leaves the field by opponent's card effect, he gets to add 2 cards back from the banished or graveyard to his hand. So now that's threatening anything if there's some sort of removal from Lucas.
He didn't.
And Imseti also has the effect if another card leaves the field by opponent card effect. I think you can send a card on your opponent's side of the field to the graveyard.
Oh, Ash Blossom.
So he's going to activate Emergency. That's going to be met by Ash Blossom from Steven.
Wow.
He's fighting back. He's not giving up just yet.
And now we know Lucas has Extinguish.
And Contain, probably, I'd imagine. He would have
and
said them
Contain.
both.
But
yeah.
if he uses the Extinguish, he'll trigger the effect of the remaining
Horus.
monster on the field, whose effect activates when a different one leaves.
Yeah, I wonder if he plays, maybe a Dwamatef also, if he's going to try and get another Horus name into the graveyard just to have another monster on the field.
He does have a card left in his
Don't
hand.
touch our battle.
Nope, just going to go straight to battle phase. Looks like he's going to try and take out the Rescue Ace monster to not worry about the Rescue Ace trap cards. Smart stuff here from Steven.
We're attacking Airlifter.
Happy attacks and destroys Airlifter.
Man, I'm sure happy that Airlifter is gone. That card, frustrating. But now there is no Rescue Ace monster on the field. Contain and Extinguish are not going to be able to be as useful. Imseti's going to attack into Imseti, it looks like. But he's going to use the effect of King Sarcophagus that once per turn, you're able to send a monster battling one of your Horus monsters to the graveyard, so his Imseti will survive.
Normal summon.
There's the normal summon kit. So let's see what he can do with that one.
Yep, we're in main phase 2 now. So he's going to banish 1, 2. It's going to be for Tri-Brigade Farragut.
Farragut, or he could also be
Or
going for
Bearbrum.
Ancient Warrior's Oath.
Or Bearbrum. He's a couple
Or
of options.
Bearbrum, yeah.
Yeah, but if he goes, okay, so he's already used Nerve all this turn, so yeah, Farragut
he has
might
no
not be as
hand.
useful. It is going to be Farragut. I think he still has 1 card in hand, right?
No, I believe he has no hand. He normal summoned the kit that he searched for with Nerval,
Oh,
and that
okay.
was it. So he is going to make the Farragut, but then link it away right away with the kit.
For Sprite Sprint, okay.
Sprite Sprint,
There we
oh.
go. We're cooking. Sprite Sprint and Kit is going to be channeling 2 to protect the Sprint effect.
I was wrong. There is a Sprite card in this deck.
In the extra deck, yeah. The useful.
Sprite Sprint.
Yeah, the Sprite cards are really useful in the extra deck. For sure, so he's just going to send the Fractal to get another Beast Warrior, Winged Beast into the graveyard.
So Kit's effect sends the Fractal, but the Sprite Sprint's effect sends the Nimble Angler. Now he can get 2 Nimble monsters. Looks like 2 Beavers he'll be searching for.
More synergy with the strategy.
He could now, if he wants, summon his remaining Sprite monster from the extra deck. Gigantic Sprite, if he plays it.
All right, Steven, thinking about his options, he's going to look like he's going to overlay these Nimble Beavers You might want to leave up the Sprite Sprint as a form of disruption, but he only has 350 life points remaining, so he's going to have to keep that in mind. So it is going to be Gigantic Sprite in defense mode.
Perfect.
Yep. Gigantic Sprite is fine.
So now he can special summon a level 2 monster from his deck and locks both duelists into only summoning level 2s for the rest of the turn. And he is going for Karas, which is a level 2 monster.
Yep, and he has plenty of beasts. Does he have 4 beasts in his graveyard to go for Shurag? Banish 4, come on.
He can't summon a Link 4 monster.
Oh, yeah, because
he's locked into
yeah,
dudes, but he can summon Ancient Warrior's Oath, which is a nice defensive card.
Or Bear Brum. Oh, yeah, he doesn't have a card in hand.
He doesn't have a card in hand.
Yeah, Ancient Warrior's Oath, maybe.
It's got to be Ancient Warrior's Oath. I can't think of a better Link 2 here. You could link it up to that Sprint.
Yep, it is going to be the double dragons.
Dragon Lords.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm just so eager to see Shurag hit the field. It's one of my favorite cards. And I love that Tri-Brigade McCourier is on Shurag's card art. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, he's like flying around
That's
Shurag,
cool.
and then he came out later on. I really love that. I love that when things on card artworks come out as a card. And so now the Ancient Warrior's Oath is going to send that Dark back into the extra deck.
I will pass my turn on that.
And then he's going to pass, so he just has the Sprint Interruption and the Ancient Warrior's Oath double Dragon Lords.
What is
Standby. Me.
We'll see if that's enough for him. I mostly use the Tri-Brigade monster to summon Glare Beast Dragacies.
See, you're a man of culture. I like that.
And I tag it out for 2 more Glads and make Tamer Editor.
A resident Gladiator Beast expert, former champion of Gladiator Beast, and world's competitor, Michael Kahana.
Also with Gladiator Beast.
Also with Gladiator Beast.
Main phase.
All right, Lucas moving to main phase.
Case Hydrant.
There's a normal summon Hydrant. Let's see if this prompts him to use the Oath. Now that there's a Rescue Ace monster on the field, though, it will turn up the trap cards online.
I will not. I'll pass priority here.
So that's a problem because he can chain the Oath's well, he can activate the Oath's effect to return it. Oh, he sends the Oath to the graveyard
So
so,
he
that
can't-
it can't be negated by
Smart.
Contain.
Oh, and he has enemy controller to take the Imseti. That could be devastating.
Oh, the Imsetity over the Sprint will be enough damage to end it.
No, I told you he had to be careful with that
Oh,
350 life
yeah.
points remaining. And then he's just able to take that direct attack, and oh, man.
Oh, that was a close duel.
He almost fought back into that, but just had to have
did.
too many turns where he just wasn't getting anything going. That one turn where he just had to pass, he did draw into the Imseti the next turn, but it was just a little too late.
But that was a great display of the explosive capability of Steven's deck because he got the Imseti, was able to use it to get the King's Curse Sarcophagus, and then he has all these monster effects in his hand that interact on the opponent's turn, like Nibiru, Ash Blossom, and he's able to discard the cards that can't help him then and there and turn them into more Horus monsters to put on the field. And we got to see the synergy between the King's Sarcophagus and Kit or Nerval, which discarding Kit lets you send Nerval to the grave, discarding Nerval or sending it to the grave with Kit lets you get another Tri-Brigade monster. So he had an awesome explosive turn, but his life points were just too low to hang on.
Yeah, I think this is a really interesting strategy because a lot of time you see decks with the Horus cards, like Tier Limit Horus or some other strategies, like the Phantom Knight Horus deck we saw yesterday. They're using the Horus engine to access rank 8s, right? There are always a bunch of level 8 monsters you can summon easily from your graveyard, make a rank 8, and rank 8s are usually pretty powerful. But I think in his strategy, he's more so wanting to leave them on the field, then use his Tri-Brigade cards, and if you do anything to disrupt his other side of the strategy, he's going to capitalize on those Horus effects that you get when the other cards leave the field by your opponent's card effects. So he's just adding that to get that extra damage across the board. Summon those level 8s before you're locked into the 2s, and then you're able to actually just have a game or potentially threaten so much because, yeah, having Happy and Imseti on the field, that's two significant, and one is going to replenish your resources, so you're not going to want to do that during your opponent's turn. Otherwise, they're going to be able to add 2 cards that are in their graveyard or banished back to their hand. And the Imseti just being able to send a card is a great form of disruption as well. So I really like that the Horus cards can be used in a number of different ways, and they're really amazing cards out of Age of Overlord that have shaken up the metagame and revitalized some old decks like Tri-Brigade and Phantom Knights. I mean, those are strategies that haven't been that popular in a couple of years even.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Yep, and then on the other side, Lucas, you know, there's nothing wrong with playing, you know, the deck to play for the weekend. Rescue Ace, the Sinful Spoils Rescue Ace deck was definitely, I mean, just won. The last YCS was in Indianapolis, that is. It was in the finals for both players, and now it's the deck that a lot of people brought here this weekend, and for good reason. It is powerful, it is strong, it is resource heavy. You can play a lot of non-engine cards like the Infinite Permanence, the Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs, but we'll have to see if Steven has a little bit better luck or if Lucas is still going to open up with all those defensive cards when he goes second here in game number 2.
Yeah. Do you think the Sinful Spoils Rescue Ace deck has any huge vulnerabilities? I feel like it's not particularly vulnerable to any individual card, which is one of its greatest strengths.
Yeah, basically, but we'll have to see if there's any card that can side deck in that will capitalize on it. It's game 2 here at YCS Richmond. I think going second against the deck, it can be really tough. But cards like Harvey's Feather Duster can really help you against the strategy, but they also have ways to deal with that. If they're using the Firewall package, they're going to have that Spell and Trap Negate as well. So it's definitely a really well-rounded deck, which is, I think, the reason why a lot of people brought it here this weekend.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
You're going first?
Yeah.
Okay, good luck.
So Steven does choose to go first, and we'll see what sort of field he can
Stand by
develop.
main phase.
Yes.
Activate Tribute Karis, discarding Nerval.
All right, Karis' effect. By discarding Nerval, he gets to special
yeah,
summon the
that makes
Karis and use Nerval's effect to search for a Tri-Brigade monster to
yeah,
add
that
to his hand.
This is the classic.
Classic Tri-Brigade strategy.
Add Tribute Fractal.
Yep. Nerval's going to add
we'll
Fractal.
draw.
But I like the Age of Overlord twist.
Yeah, Drone Lockbird might be pretty devastating here. He's not going to be able to access Tri-Brigade Revolt with Bear Brum.
Could be. It would interrupt Imseti, but won't
I
stop
can
the
try to Karis for
sarcophagus if he already has it.
All right, so he's going to banish for 1. He's going to go for Scareclaw Lightheart.
I believe that's the only Link one you can summon by banishing a Tri-Brigade monster.
I do believe so. But he looks like he's thinking, maybe he's thinking about his next play, where he's going to go from here.
We'll link.
Yep.
So now he's going to link away those 2 monsters.
For Tribute Frigid.
There's
Okay.
Fergit. That can allow him to summon a monster from his hand,
That's fine.
and he does.
Going to special summon Nimble Beaver.
Oh, interesting.
Yep, so now he's just going to overlay the 2 for, oh no, he's going to link them away.
Summon Tribute Spring.
Oh, Sprite Sprint, so he can send the Angler to the graveyard.
1.
It does still feel like this deck could include some
Key,
Sprite
no.
cards,
Oh,
though.
Because you can still chain
you're
it because
correct.
there's
You're
roll.
correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Fragile. We'll just go for Spring.
I'll Ash Blossom Sprint.
All right, so since he can't chain block, since he's under Drone Lockbird, Sprite Sprint's going to be Chain Link 1 and be met by Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring
A lot
immediately.
of people would want to see your graveyard, but I will normal summon Nimble Beaver.
Yeah.
Activate effect.
So
Sure.
still has his normal summon since he special summoned the Karis and special summoned the Beaver from his hand with the Ferret Jet, so he's going to be able to normal summon Beaver, and he can either summon the one from the graveyard or one from the deck.
Looks like he's going for the deck.
Summon Nimble Angler.
Yep.
Gets a nimble monster, so he chooses the Angler since his sprint was stopped. Doesn't need that Angler in the deck anymore.
Yep.
Go straight for
Gigantic
Gigantic
Sprite.
Sprite. Let's see what he can make with Gigantic Sprite. I guess he can special summon Kit and
Yep.
use its effect now that he has a bunch of monsters in the grave again.
Yep, so he'll at least have Sprite Sprint and the Ancient Warriors of Double Dragon Lords.
I will banish 2 for Tribute Kit.
Banish Fergit and Karas.
2.
Yep.
This isn't bad under Drone Lockbird and Ash.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, the draw definitely will stop him from being able to get to Tri-Brigade Revolt or something, but he can still make a decent board through 2 interruptions on the opponent's turn.
Yeah, now Lucas is going into his turn with a 3-card hand, and Deck Lockdown is activated.
Deck Lockdown, that's interesting. So now it's like, oh, you want to draw me? Well, neither of us are going to be adding from our deck to our hand, and you'll never get the chance to do it. Deck Lockdown, really strong. I love it with Constellar Pallades. We're able to keep bouncing it so you won't have to let it be destroyed after a couple standby phases. But this is a really cool card. I haven't seen it too much, but definitely a strong side deck option.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time, but neither player can add cards from the deck to their hand except by drawing them. And also, monsters cannot be special summoned from the main deck.
Yep, anti-GB.
Yeah, and Emergency.
Emergency's a good one, too. A little more relevant, maybe.
Yeah, so this could potentially be problematic for Lucas.
Yep, Lucas making sure he knows all the effects. It's not just Drone Lockbird. Being able to stop the spell summoning from the deck is huge.
How many cards did I answer?
1 card.
1 card.
And also having the kit with the double Dragon Lords is awesome. He'll be able to send that to return a card, and then he'll be able to send Nerval. But yeah, the deck lockdown's enough.
Wow.
No
Lucas
Horus cards.
concedes then and there.
This was basically just a Tri-Brigade deck. A Tri-Brigade deck through and a Drone Lockbird and Ash Blossom. Thanks to that awesome side deck card,
Well,
deck lockdown. Really cool.
He's also using Nimble Angler and Nimble Beavers.
Yeah, maybe those cards should always be included in Tri-Brigade.
Maybe,
Yeah, as Beast with
maybe.
Sprite Sprint. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
The Sprite deck without the main deck Sprite cards.
Yeah, who needs them?
But the Tri-Brigade monsters in instead, and throw the Horus monsters in too for just an extra awesome engine.
I do love the Horus monsters. We didn't get to see them in that game, but I do think, I mean, it would have just made that initial board even better if he left like an Imseti.
He would, no, well, the Imseti would have been blocked by the Golden Lockbird, so he would have had to hard draw the King Sarcophagus.
Yeah, it would have been rough, but luckily he was able to still make a decent board through the draw. I mean, that's kind of like a lot of decks where they're at. Like, they can play through cards that are popular in other decks, like Draw and Lockbird. Mainly Draw and Lockbird is a lot of ones you want to consider. You can really have some success if that's what everyone's trying to do to counter most strategies. And we got to see that with Steven. While it does hurt his strategy to a bit, it doesn't completely knock it off the rails.
I've never seen someone concede to deck lockdown before, so that was a new one for me.
Really? Even as a GB player, you never had to face that? Even what about the Gladiator Beast Hunter? GB Hunter?
GB Hunter, that card is...
It's a mini deck lockdown, but...
It always got destroyed by Geyser Assault was face down.
Ah, okay, there you go. But yeah, deck lockdown is a really cool card. I mean, there's a lot of strategies that are trying to add cards, trying to special summon. It's something that you can use to count to capitalize on that fact. And really, maybe it's why Steven's sitting here with an 8-1 record. I mean, we see him using a deck that's not super popular right now, but 8 wins and 1 loss is not an easy feat at a YCS by any means.
Yeah, I mean, if he wins his one duel, he'll have a very good shot at making it into the top 32, even if he loses his last one.
Yeah, definitely. Since it is top 32, 2 losses with good tiebreakers will make it. So even the player loses here, he'll have to win the next one, but still have a chance. But yeah, win here, like you said, could seal the deal. All right, now they're shuffled up and ready to go. Side decks have been sided. They are about to enter game 3. We've seen Steven go first so far both of the games, but now Lucas will have a chance. It's game 3 here, YCS Richmond, round 10. Sorry, round 9? No, round 10. Yep, I was right the first time. Oh, there it is. It is definitely the 10th round of Swiss.
Stand by maintenance.
It starts with the Airlifter.
Airlifter is a great start for Rescue Ace. This is going to allow him to access the Rescue Ace spell card Emergency.
Looks like he's considering which spell card he wants. He might already have Emergency.
Which one is that?
Alert.
He gets Alert, which
one is that?
alerts me to
That's
the
one
fact that
brings
he might
mass,
already
like
have
if it's,
Emergency.
if Hydrant
I
is
think
up,
so.
I can search for 1.
They just look all the same to me. So.
They
Activate
do look the
emergency.
same.
He activates Emergency.
And he has the Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, so this could cut him off from getting to Turbulence if he doesn't have it already in hand, or another way to get to the Hydrant. And nope, it looks like the Ash is going to be enough. Just one back row and an Airlifter.
So that was a great time to Ash as well. Had he ashed the Airlifter, the Emergency would have subsequently resolved since Lucas already had it. Instead, he used the Ash Blossom on the Emergency.
Oh, yeah, you
It can
never-
only be activated once per turn. So
Yeah, never
players-
ash the Airlifter.
Yeah, so players at home take note.
Fine.
This is a good tip that you can use in your later duels and displays how Steven is currently 8-1. It's solid plays like that that can make a tremendous difference in a duel.
Definitely. Now, he normal summons the Tri-Brigade kit. Might be thinking about linking it away.
Declare attack on your
Nope, he's just going to go to declare an attack.
effective kit.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to link it away. Just goes to the battle phase.
Sending Nerval.
Just send Nerval with kit's effect.
Yeah, it's fine.
Nerval's going to let him add a Tri-Brigade monster from the deck to the hand.
1,000.
Looks like he's going for Karas since he normal summoned already.
Okay.
I wonder why he decided to go to battle phase instead of linking away.
I was just
Kit.
thinking the same
I'm sure
thing.
there's a reason.
I'll activate
He
Tri-Brigade
definitely
first,
knows
so
he
you
can
know.
do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
We might see later in the turn what the explanation
No.
is.
So he's going to discard another Nerval to special summon Karas.
I'll activate Infinite Impermanence targeting Trevor Karas.
And that's going to be by my Infinite Impermanence. This could be devastating.
I'll set 2 cards, and I'll pass my turn.
Ooh, just 2 cards to the back row. He wasn't really able to develop his field.
Main phase.
Just has that Karas. He's going to need to rely on those trap cards to survive this turn.
Summon, Rescue Ace Hydra.
Oh, nope, that's really bad.
Boy.
Because he can't target that Hydrant now. Since there's another Rescue Ace monster on the field, he's going to be able to use the Hydrant's effect to add a Rescue Ace monster from the deck to the hand. Yeah, not being able to get that Airlifter off the field is not good for Steven. Infinite Impermanence always been pretty strong against Tri-Brigade. Still true to this day. He's going to add Rescue Ace Preventer from his deck to his hand.
We'll activate the alert.
That's good.
So Alert is going to let him add a Rescue Ace monster from the deck to the hand. Since he has the Rescue Ace Hydrant on the field, he's going to go for Fire Engine. Fire Engine is going to be a pretty big monster that he can special summon from his hand when he special summons his Preventer.
I'm thinking maybe he attacked so that it could be sent to the graveyard in the damage step so that he could resolve its effect. Despite interruption. Is that possible?
Oh, why he didn't link it away? Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm
instead of
still
linking it away.
uncertain on that one. Maybe he didn't want to leave a monster on the field potentially. But I don't think it would have made too much of a difference on his turn. He would maybe have saved a little bit of life points.
Link summon.
All right, now he's going to link away the Hydrant for Link Karibo.
Often a pathway to SP Little Knight.
Very true.
We'll see.
Looks like you might be right. He's going to try and clean up the field a little bit before committing any more resources to the field. SP Little Knight's coming down. It's going to banish a card on the field. He's going to go after one of those face-down Spiller Trap cards.
Yeah, Link Karibo's good, nice. It's just an easy monster to link summon. As a
No,
link one.
no. Why would you do that? Why would you Infinite Impermanence the SP Little Knight? SP Little Knight, when it banishes, it can't attack directly that turn, so there's like no reason to Infinite Impermanence because you're just turning off the bad part of the effect to put the Infinite Impermanence in the graveyard.
Activate
No.
Preventer to special summon itself, banishing Hydra in its cost.
Oh, well.
All right, Preventer's out. He does need to get another
Eugene,
Rescue Ace
Fire
monster on
Engine,
his
special
field to
summon
use its
itself.
effect, but the Fire Engine has that covered because it's joining the field.
You have
2 cards in it.
That's fine.
What do you think of Fire Engine? I see a lot of lists don't play it.
Link summon.
It's really strong. I like it as a one-of in a lot of the decks, just to give you that extra reach. It's another monster that can extend from your hand, so you can use it for a link summon like we're seeing here. Yeah, you see, also your monsters cannot attack directly this turn. It's not just SP Little Knights, all your monsters, but now he's going to be able to attack directly thanks to Stephen using that Infinite Impermanence. He's going to link summon to Hita to summon back to Ash Blossom, so he can link climb here a little bit.
Link 4
What is it going to be, Heat Leo? No, he's
Oh,
going for
all 4
4.
monsters.
for Access Code Talker.
Access Code Talker, so
Access.
with
I'll do
2.
Preventer, Chain Link 1 targeting the Rescue Ace Hydrant and summon it back, and then Access Code Talker, Chain Link 2 targeting Hita.
Oh,
That's your good.
Yes.
Access Code Talker will gain 2,000 attack points. Preventer's effect is going to bring back the Hydrant.
That resolves.
So it's back.
Thinking at
Anything on res?
yeah, I'm gonna try to revolt.
Oh, and he
Oh,
has
he has
Revolt.
Revolt.
So he's going to
Does
be
he have 4
Oh, definitely. He has-
Tribes?
Yeah, he definitely has 4. He has the 2 banished. Oh, he could have. No, yeah, he has 4. No, it's just 3. No, it's only 3.
Oh. Well, he'll be able to link some in and then use Kit and Nerval's effect.
Oof.
Try to get reroll.
Rugel's going to be able to spell summon back a monster from the graveyard,
One Nerval, chilling 2 kit.
but this isn't not much of it in terms of disruption. The access code will still be able to clean stuff. If he didn't chain that infinite permanence, he would still be able to survive this turn guaranteed, but
He might survive anyway. I guess we'll see. Sorry, Billy. I know you wanted to see Shurag summoned.
I do. I love Tri-Brigade Shurag, the ominous omen. I also love Rugel, though, the Silver Sheller, one of my favorite cards.
Rugel's cool, too.
Nerval resolves.
I like them work together.
Looks like Lucas used Ash Blossom on the Kit's effect, which was the Chain Link 2, so he couldn't stop the Nerval, which is going to resolve, which was Chain Link 1. We'll see what he adds to his hand. Looks like he's going for Tri-Brigade Kit.
And then, still in open game state, I'll activate Rugal to summon from graveyard.
Yeah.
So he's going to fortify his field with Rugal's effect, which lets him special summon another Tri-Brigade monster.
Yep, and then it returns to the hand at the end phase if it's still there.
I think it's unlikely to still be there.
Access code looks like he has a few different attributes in the graveyard to start cleaning up the field.
Activate Turbulence.
So he's going to
Magic
banish 2 to
cost.
summon Turbulence.
Summon
Ooh.
Activate Turbulence to set.
So he's going to set up to 4 with Turbulence if Steven doesn't have anything, and he does not. So here we go. He's going to get Emergency.
Contain, extinguish, and is that alert?
I believe so.
Just like that, Lucas has 4 cards in his back row. Even if Steven does survive this turn, I don't like his chances.
Yeah, having to go through the 4 face downs, he's going to definitely need something in his hand. I mean, he did side deck for going second, so maybe he'll have some sort of
You
tools
added a kit, correct?
Added Kit, yes.
Okay.
that'll be able to help him. Here in game number 3,
It's possible he may have cards in his hand that deal with the entirety of the back row,
would
but
be nice. He's going to need it.
he still needs some recovery for the field because by the end of this turn, he's not going to have much left.
Yeah, it's rough.
I'll go to battle phase. Sure.
Okay, so he's surviving the turn.
Attack for 53 over the Karis.
I believe it's
Yeah,
43
43.
because he used Hida to increase its
Oh,
attack
40,
points.
it's 43, sorry.
Yep.
So it's,
Oh.
how much is that?
Well, I guess the attacking directly didn't matter. So
Yeah?
no harm, no foul.
12.
So,
But I mean, he could have
31?
chosen to use the access code talker effect to get some more damage in there.
If he had 3 attributes, I mean, that would be
Really bad
7,300
commands,
direct.
Yeah. Well, he'd have to lose some attack thanks to the Silver Sheller
From crashing.
reducing his monster's attack by 300. If he sequenced it right, he'd be okay.
Oh.
39?
39, yeah. And then I will attack the Rugal for 700.
All right, so another attack over Rugal, taking it down. The Nerval will return to the hand of the end phase if Lucas leaves it there.
Main phase 2.
Yeah, he's not going to leave it there. He'll probably destroy it with access code because Nerval's effect already activated this turn. So
Indeed.
this is his opportunity to destroy Nerval without its effect activating.
See, I would have gone in for a little bit more damage. I would have just destroyed as many monsters as possible and tried to attack directly. But he
I
might have
agree.
thought he can attack directly because of the SP Little Knight and forgot that it got infinite permanence because he might have just already had that thought process in his head.
That's possible.
I mean, that's the only way I can describe what's happened this turn, but that's just me.
Yeah, we'll do it this way.
Now he's linking away the access code, maybe for another SP Little Knight. Yep,
He is?
Pass turn to you.
Stand by,
because he definitely has the SP Little Knight in his graveyard he could have banished also with access code.
Oh, that's a lightning storm in Steven's hand.
That's huge.
That's just what he needs to potentially clear through this.
Now he just has to worry about that SP Little Knight.
Now Lucas is thinking, what am I going to chain to this?
Oh, he could still go
Oh,
ahead
still
and...
attack. Sorry.
Yeah, he doesn't have a Hydrant on the field either, so he's not going to be able to add anything from his deck. This is huge.
He can emergency.
Oh, Emergency could be useful. Get to like Preventer or something, so you can at least have that. Preventer plus SP, that's still pretty strong.
Well, then he doesn't have an...
Rescue, chain link 1.
He has to contribute
targeting,
something, though.
And just swap out the Turbulence.
Preventer.
Sure.
It was a
see.
rescue, not an alert, was the other card he
Chain
said. So he will
emergency
chain the
chains.
rescue, and there's emergency.
Emergency's going to summon from the deck. So he's going to get Preventer, send the Preventer so he can special summon, bring back the Preventer with the Rescue, and the others go to the graveyard. And now the Preventer that was sent is going to be able to special summon.
Preventer effect to summon back.
He's going to summon back
High
Fire
Fire.
Engine.
Fire,
Okay.
yeah.
Fire Engine also has the effect if your opponent special summons a monster, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Rescue Ace monster from your deck, I believe, which is pretty useful.
Normal summon trap your kit.
For sure,
I'll summon,
because it...
I'll activate Preventer to book him a kit.
All right, so he's going to use Preventer to flip, kit face down, and,
And
that's
that's
it.
it. Steven was relying on using that kit's
Maybe,
effect, and Preventer putting it face down is all he could take.
And Lucas is going on to potentially make top 32. He will, well, if he wins the next round, he's guaranteed. Even if he loses the next round, he has a good shot. And James here, or sorry, Steven on the other
not
side.
out of it.
Yeah, Steven's not out of it with X2. He'll want to win his last round to have a shot, but Lucas feeling pretty good there, playing pretty well. And, you know, it's the first round of day 2. It's still early, so players are still kind of waking up, even though you already played through 9 rounds. And we got that extra hour of sleep thanks to the daylight saving time. That was nice. Really appreciate that. We should do that more often on these YCSs. But it was an exciting match. You know, the Tri-Brigades didn't end up winning here in this matchup. Infinite Impermanence, Ash Blossom, and Joyous Spring, really key cards in stopping the strategy.
It was a close 2-1, though.
Yeah, it definitely was. But I think